Hey guys, this is Chris from mixdown.online. I hope you're doing good. Now today I want to talk to you about the new Spitfire Symphonic Strings library. I love working with strings, especially when they sound real. I love adding them to my productions. Could be in a pop song or a rock worship song. I just love adding these real string samples. So I have a few libraries that I own and that I use a lot. But when I first heard the Spitfire Symphonic Strings library, I was amazed. The sound is amazing. Sounds pure. Sounds full. Sounds rich. They actually use 60 top London string players to record these samples. So you have a total of 175 articulations, including 59 shorts, 94 longs, and 45 legatos, which is pretty good for a library. This is a huge library. It's going to take a lot of space on your hard drive. So for example, in my case, it took around 100 gigs of samples. So it is a huge library. So this is pretty cool. But I'll be honest with you, when you're looking to buying some strings libraries or orchestral libraries, it's always a bit pricey. But in this case, you get a lot for what you pay for. Compared to stuff I bought in the past, this is a really complete and an easy to use library. So if you're new to this, it's actually easy to use. So we'll have a look later on. Now let's have a listen to a small piece I recorded with these samples. Now the fact that the GUI is very easy to use, a guy like me that is not a very good keyboard player can easily come up with something nice. So basically you don't need to be an orchestral whiz to use this sample library. So there you go. So as you can tell, they sound very good, and this was done pretty quickly. So nothing is mixed, and so you get the actual pure sound of the strings. So without any EQ or whatsoever. Again, this is a pro sample library. So let's dig in. First, when you install the sample library, it's going to come with a Kontakt player. So if you don't already have Kontakt, just install it and you're good to go. So let's open Kontakt right now, and on the left side you're going to have your Spitfire Symphonic Strings. So when you click on instruments, you're going to see your 6 patches. These are the main patches you can work with. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with these patches without doing all the advanced stuff. So what you heard was done with these main patches. So if we look at at what we have here, we have the violins. We have violins 2, the violas, cellos, basses, and ensembles. So basically the ensemble patch is all these instruments in only one patch, which is very useful to craft ideas, or if I just want to add some basic strings into a pop production or a rock production, I'm probably going to lean towards using an ensemble patch instead of separate patches. All right, so first, this is what you get when you load the GUI from Spitfire, and you have 2 different layouts. So now we're in the advanced layout. So if you go into, you click on this button here, you have the simple or basic layout, which we're going to work with right now. So by using this simple layout, what you're going to get here are all the available articulations. So we first have the long articulation right here. So if we listen to what it sounds like. All right, so if you click on this one, you have the consort right here. And then you have the spiccato. And you have the short. The PIDs. And we have the Colenio. Tremolo. And we have here the trill minor second. And we have the trill major second. So these are the basic articulations you get with these patches. So a lot of stuff can be done with these articulations. So note that you can switch articulations by using the key switches if you want, so directly on your controller. So if you look down below here on the left, you'll see in pink, you'll see the key switches assigned to these MIDI notes that you can trigger via your controller, basically. So if you want to use only one MIDI track and one patch and switch within the same patch, you want to switch articulations, what you do is you just select the correct key switch assigned to the articulation. But I prefer to use one articulation per patch. So I'm not afraid to load several patches, even if I have a lot. It's not going to affect my CPU anyways, since I'm using all of these patches in the same contact player. Then what we have is the mic placement. So this sample has been recorded with 3 different mic placements. So you have a close mic placement, you have the middle one, which is called the 3 mic placement, and you have the far, which is the ambience mic placement. So by moving this fader up and down, you'll be able to choose between all 3 mic placements and get the correct balance. Okay, let's go back to our long articulation. Okay, so this is the close mics. If you go way further with the ambience mics, okay, and you can go right in the middle. This is the way you can do it. If you decide to use the advanced layout, click on this sign right here, and you have access to these positions, mic positions right here on different faders. So it gives you more control if you using the advanced layout. So let's go back to basic. Now next, what we have here are the controllers, way on top here. Okay. Now for the dynamics controller, basically this will control the dynamics of the articulation selected, mainly used for longer articulations, opposed to a pizzicato, for example, which is way shorter. This pizzicato articulation will use velocity instead of the dynamic knob. So when you select an articulation like this one, you work with the dynamic controller to control the dynamics of the patch selected. So if I try it out with this, and I bring my dynamics way down, you are going to get the lowest dynamic played with this articulation. So the more you bring it up, the more dynamics you have. All right. Now, at the right side here, you have the expression. Now the expression is a volume, a general volume knob, basically. So if I play with both, play with my dynamics. And you can play with the volume as well, so it blends way better. And by mixing both, you can achieve a lot to bring a lot of a real feel to your strings. Now, next we have the vibrato. And you have the release time. And the tightness, which is good when you're working with short articulations. So all of these can be assigned to MIDI CC, so you can assign it to your controller. So if you want to do so, just right click here, and you can just click on Learn MIDI and touch a knob on your controller, and you're good to go. When you're done, you can just save the patch so you don't lose all of your settings. So this is it for the controllers. Again, if you going into the advanced layout, you're going to see all of your controllers on the right side right here. And again, if you want to assign the controllers on the advanced layout, just right click on them and you just assign it to MIDI CC and you're good to go. So this is it for the layout for the controllers and the easy mix and mic placements. Another cool thing here is the information option here. So if you click on the eyes right here, you have the Spitfire help bubble that comes up, and it's going to give you a lot of info on what you're clicking on. So you have that throughout the entire GUI. So this is it for the simple use of this sample library. If you want to use some more advanced stuff, you have to go and select these advanced patches. So if you click on top here in advanced, you have access to a lot of other articulations, which can be very, very useful if you're into these huge orchestral MIDI mockup and stuff. So for example, you have the extended techniques, which covers violin 1, 2, violas, cellos. For chord technique, decorative techniques, you have that for brasses and ensembles. So let's close this one and open the decorative techniques. So what you're going to get is different articulations. For example, we have the long CS blend, which is a consort, a blend with a long note. Okay, and then you have the long sol pont. And you have the sol string here. And let's go and listen to all of them. And then we have the tremolo. So let's bring my expression down and a bit of my dynamics down. Now we have the trem consort. And the trem sol pont. And again, we have the trills. Like we had on the other patch. So again, you see that on top the controllers, we have in this case fewer controllers. So this will depend on the patch you load. So this is it for the decorative techniques. Now there's the performance legato, which is pretty cool. If we try it out on a cello, let's close this one, bring this one up. Again, you only have one articulation, and you have 3 controllers in this case. Okay, so let's bring this up and try it out. So in this case, you can have the effect of the bow going to the same direction and only the fingers changing notes like this. Okay, so this is triggered by a velocity below 20 by default. So you can readjust that within Contact if you want. So that's pretty cool. So this is the kind of stuff you're gonna find in the advanced folder. So that's basically it. So again, there's a lot of stuff you can browse into and look at in this advanced folder, and make your strings even more real if this is well done. So there you go, guys. So this is my review and mini walkthrough of the Spitfire Symphonic Strings. Again, really like the sound of these samples, and I am going to work with these a lot. Now, if you want to listen to some very good stuff that you can do with these symphonic strings, visit the Spitfire website. I'm going to leave the link below in the description. And there's some nasty stuff, man, that they did with these strings that you can watch by video or listen to some audio samples. So just visit their website and check this out. So what I'm gonna do in future videos is I'm gonna review the symphonic brass and the symphonic woodwinds and add this to the song you heard earlier at first, the small piece I wrote. I'm just gonna add the brass and woodwinds to that piece just to check and listen to what that could sound like. So if you have any questions, you have any comments, you can leave them below, and you can reach me directly here on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and visit my website at mixdown.online. And again, you can reach me via email directly on my website. So until then, see you.